Welcome to another episode of Yo, Who Hired You? And today we're going to be talking about, are you ready for a promotion? Are you a self-starter? Do you know what you're getting yourself into? Do you have a plan? Is this all about getting some more money, or are you really trying to develop yourself as a professional? Have you done the job before? Do you have any kind of experience backfilling, filling in, whatever, that makes you even think you have the things that it takes to get this promotion? How long have you been with the company? Did you just get there yesterday and now you're applying for the CEO job? Like, don't be a bozo. We're going to help you today. We're going to answer these questions, and we're going to give you the insight and guidance that you need to figure out if you are ready for a promotion. My name is James, and this is...
What's up? I'm Hag.
This Hag.
Yep. AKA Mr. Rothstein.
Sam Rothstein. So let's get into it real quick. Are you a self-starter, Hag?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah, it depends.
So do you
Are you motivated?
Do you think being a self-starter like matters when it comes to
it matters
promotions?
because you want to see if somebody's able to do something without being told to do something, you know?
But like, what if they're just annoying and doing shit and stepping outside of, like, hey man, you're outside your lane, like stay in your box?
No, I don't. Yeah, I hear you. But at the same time, like if you're going after it and you see something, if there's a gap or, hey, I noticed this, and you bring it to someone's attention, sure, that's part of being a self-starter without having to be told something to do. Like, you just know it needs to kind of get done. You let somebody know.
What if I'm being proactive and I screw everything up because I just was like doing stuff, trying to be a self-starter, but I like screw everything up because I just didn't do it the right way? What's the right way to be a self-starter?
The right way to be a self-starter would be to... Hang on, let me think about this for a second.
I stumped them.
Yeah.
I stumped them, chat.
Yeah. Hang on.
3 hours later.
Please tell us the correct answer to how to be a self-starter.
I think to be a self-starter, you have to be consistent of doing a lot of the small things correctly, right? As long as you're consistent, you have like good habits, right? So at least you're doing those things well. And then after that, I believe, or I think, hang on.
3 hours later.
So after that, I also think that you need to be able to do some critical thinking and identify different things that need to be done in order, you know, to move things forward. I think that's part of it, you know.
I agree.
What are some of your ideas or thoughts behind being a self-starter?
I think it's a fine line between like doing too much and being a self-starter, if I'm being transparent, right? Like, I feel like if you're going to be a self-starter, you gotta identify the gap, but then you can't just automatically just jump in and fill it. I think you've got to do it with some communication. You've got to kind of go to your lead or your manager or whoever and say like, yo, I realize there's kind of a gap here. Here are my thoughts. Here are the action items that I would love to put in place. Are you okay if I was to like action this?
Right.
And then that way your manager will be like, oh, look at this guy. This guy's actually thinking about solving problems. He actually put a plan together and he came to me the right way. He just didn't go do something, right? Because like maybe my self-starter plan, initiative, whatever I'm trying to like push forward is a great idea, but that great idea conflicts with everybody else's just processes. So like my idea could have been great, but it the whole thing up now. Now, like I threw a monkey wrench into the operation, and it's all like.
I also think even being like with the self-starter too is, you know, being able to potentially do some like extra, if you want to call it homework, or looking into things a little bit more than what you're being told to do. Right. So like if there's maybe a piece of software, a piece of hardware, or, you know, things of that nature, and you go above and beyond, and you're like, all right, let me look that up and see what else this stuff can do, as opposed to being like, just, you know, stay here, don't do anything else type of thing. And maybe by studying or by doing some extra training and things like that, you're able to identify some things that maybe some other people didn't know. Big facts. Be proactive. Yeah. I think that's the main thing that goes right with being a self-starter, is being proactive, right? If, to Hag's point, if a new piece of software gets introduced at your job, don't wait for everybody else to like train you.
dive right in, go on YouTube, look up the website that the software, the developer of the software, like do all the research that you need to do, be a self-starter, be proactive, so then you become a subject matter expert in whatever it is that's just coming out or whatever. And that all comes from being self-starter and being proactive, not waiting for somebody to tell you, hey, we're switching to this, you're all going to need training. When that day comes around now, you're going to say, hey guys, Ben did this. Like, this is light work. You need a trainer? Holler at me. I could do this for you. Right. I think that is yes, bing, check. That is something that absolutely you need to know if you're ready for a promotion. If you're a self-starter, a proactive worker, but somebody also who communicates and collaborates before you go stick your foot in something and f it all up. I've
had this happen. So I can give you a good example, right? So I can tell you the difference between somebody that's being told what to do and someone, for example, that's a self-starter. When I would have to do rounds or travel and things of that nature, I would go to a place where, maybe I go once or twice a year, but I would know the difference between the two people just based off of the way that their desk looked. Because one person had all this different technology out, always testing things and trying new things, while the other person's desk was super clean. It wasn't even like they were there, and that self-starter organically grew, right, and got more opportunities and got that promotion.
And you know what you're also kind of sneakily pointing towards is perception. Right? How do people perceive you, right? Like, it's not always going to be about, unfortunately, about work, right? It's going to be about how people see you at your job, right? Do people see you as somebody who's trustworthy? Do people see you as somebody who's a leader? Do people see you as somebody who is a self-starter? Do somebody see, it's how you present out, right? Because transparently, you could be a total fraud, but if you can fake that, it's true. Fake it till you make it sometimes, right? But if you can exude that aura and those qualities, that the perception of people that will have of you will slowly change, and they'll be like, man, that guy, his desk was full of technology. I know he's working. Meanwhile, the other side of that could be like, look at this slob who knew that his boss was coming, didn't clean his desk up, left all his stuff amuck and astray all over the place. And then look at my guy right here. He knew I was coming,
and
cleaned his
everything
desk,
up.
got a Clorox wipe out, wiped everything nice and clean for me, because he wants me to know that I take cleanliness and that stuff.
Well, I will say that the self-starter did kind of get himself in trouble. A little bit, because this person started updating things that didn't need to be updated, right? So you start updating things and then things don't communicate to each other. Then it's like, who told you to do that?
Exactly my point. For everybody who works in tech out there in the world, actually, we don't even need to work in tech. Remember the CrowdStrike outage that happened?
Oh, I lived it.
Yeah. So if you were traveling during that time, which I was traveling, that sucked. I was actually out of the country when that happened, right? CrowdStrike does cybersecurity for all these major, huge systems across the world. When that system went down, everybody was crippled, right? All the systems, you couldn't fly, all this kind of stuff. That happened because some self-starter pushed an update without communicating to the rest of his team and wrecked.
Can't do that.
Wrecked the whole stock. The company was like that.
You got to have a validation and test plan before you do any of that. You got to test it first. And you got to have also a fallback plan too. You need to be able to roll back in case that update doesn't work.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to make it too about tech, but that's a perfect example of like a self-starter gone amok, gone awry. Like, oh man, I'm going to show my boss. I'm going to push the new firmware update and everybody's going to be like, yo, you did a great job, James. Meanwhile, the stock lost 25% in one day. Thousands of people were stranded, and it was catastrophic. So be a self-starter, but do it the right way. Communicate with your team, and when you communicate, again, communicate what you're trying to do. Like, be clear about it. Don't just say, I have an idea, there's a gap. Lay it out for everybody so we know what you're trying to do. So agreed. Check box. Self-starter. Next point, know what you're getting into. right? So you want a promotion. I want the big office. I want to make a lot of money or whatever. You got to know what you're getting yourself into out there, right? What does this mean, this promotion? Does this mean that I'm going to leave my team behind? Does this mean I have a new manager that I have to report to? Does this mean I'm going to have a terrible work-life balance?
Hey, James, I didn't sign up for this.
I didn't sign up for this. Wait.
How many times you heard that before? I didn't sign up for
I
this.
didn't sign up for this. I didn't know I was supposed to do this now. Like,
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute. You mean just because I have a new title, I have to do all these other things now? Yes, that is exactly what that means. So know what you're getting yourself into. And I think it goes beyond a job description.
Yeah.
Right? Like the job description is kind of like the ChatGPT summary
It's
recap.
always going to be more than that. You have to, it's just a natural thing, you know?
Absolutely. Like if the job description is like, you know, leads team and manages what, just know that is like corporatese for like, you're going to be responsible for everything. There is no real kind of box, right? If you're responsible for the success of a team or an organization, that's exactly what it means, the success. So that might mean staying late, coming early, doing something that you're not comfortable in doing, right? Talking to stakeholders you've probably never talked to before. Like you gotta understand what you're getting yourself into. And one of the ways is maybe talk to somebody in your organization who's done the role before, right? A mentor. Talk to your direct manager and say like, hey, based on your experiencing managing me, what do you think? Do you think this would be a good career step for me to take, to jump into? Or do you think that maybe I need a little bit more time to develop my skills before I take that leap?
Yeah. Or you could shadow and do something like that as well. Right?
So do we check mark that one?
Yeah, you could check mark that one. I
Check
think
mark
that's
that
fair.
one. Know what you're getting yourselves into out there. Make sure you know what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of that is the money, right? Yeah, baby. We all want more money. We all want to have rollies like Hag and pink Versace blazers. But you got to know, what is your plan? Is it all about money? Or is it like, hey, this promotion might actually be less money,
Yeah.
but I'm
Or
gonna
no
get,
money.
or no money. It
Yeah.
might be lateral, but it's going to give me the skills and the experience I need for the growth that I want in my personal development.
Yeah, money grabs, it's like temporary, right? It's only going to be, next time it's going to be like, I want more. I want something else. You know, it can't always be about money. A lot of times, you know, it can be because you're like, oh, I need that extra life-changing type of money that potentially can help you. But at the same time, like you get that and now you're miserable and you hate the job. And you're like, why did I do this? I was good at what I was doing. I probably should have maybe potentially done something else, or maybe made that lateral move that you had mentioned, because in order to for that lateral move to get to that next step,
Where I can make the more money and be happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Have a better work-life balance and things like that. So
You ever been in that situation?
which one?
Like you're trying to move up the ladder or whatever, or get more money, and you realize like, like I took this job, but it's not really what I liked or really what I wanted.
No, I feel like in the beginning, a couple things, like I got passed up when I was asking for that, and that just made me hungry to go find something else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. And I think that is, listen, he just dropped a gem on y'all, right? Like when you get passed up for something, you shouldn't internalize it and feel bad about it, right? You should get into like Mamba mentality of work. You should be like, oh, they overlooking me? Oh, they underestimated me? Oh, they don't think I could do it? Watch this.
Yep.
And you just work your ass off. And next thing you know, those people that you know didn't give you an opportunity, now they're gonna be reporting to you.
Yeah, when you get text messages and somebody's like asking about who is this person now, when you weren't on their radar before, now you know my name.
Now you know my name.
Yeah.
And listen, it's happened a lot in my career. I'm a rough around the edges kind of guy, and I acknowledge that. But I think my work ethic and the level of like just skill I bring to my teams that I've worked on have helped me climb up, right? And I've definitely been in positions where people have on me in the past, and then a year or two later hey, whose name is this on a resume coming to apply at my organization? Declined.
Yeah.
Garbage bin. And I'm just saying that in all seriousness, but kind of joking, but really serious, because I will throw your shit right in the trash.
But also I feel like, the thing with, about money and things like that, it's usually probably earlier in your career, and maybe you're a little bit more seasoned, right? Where you're just not, okay, that money isn't always everything.
Yes.
So that's part of it too.
Yeah.
I think it's usually earlier on than later on.
Well, it could be. I think for the majority of what you're saying, yes. But there are some people that have, like, let's say, started later in their life in corporate America or in the workforce. Maybe they owned a business and then
Right.
they're like, whatever, I don't want to do that no more. I'm just going to get a steady income. And you might be coming into the workforce in your late 30s, right? Or somewhere around that gap. And now you're on this clock. I got to hurry up and make the most money
fair.
I can make, right? But you got to understand that making the most money is not always the best thing to do. And like, even if you're on a condensed clock, for those of you guys who are late starters in corporate America, like, you got to do it right. If you just go in and try to get the job for the most money, eventually it's going to bite you in the ass. Right? Because I think you need to take some of those other roles and those other positions, and you need to take a little bit.
You got to learn.
You gotta go through the bumps and bruises a little bit, so that you know how to navigate properly and you understand the landscape, so that when those big opportunities come, you don't blow them.
Yeah. Also, sometimes too, it's last person in, first one out.
Yeah.
That's another part of it too.
Big facts. And I think all of this goes in combination with work-life balance. Right? Like, I think especially now, work-life balance is something heavily valued by people in the workforce, right? As before, somebody would be like, oh, you're paying me $100,000.
You're going to work till the wheels fall off hourly.
I'll work weekends, whatever you need. I'll stay late, whatever, right? Whereas now, you tell somebody, hey, we're going to start you out at $100,000. They might be like, all right, but at 5 o'clock, I'm turning everything off, right? Don't slack me. Don't team me. Don't put a meeting after 5 o'clock. Like, you get me for 8 hours, because I value the time with my family, or my time at the gym, or my time doing my own personal stuff. So you have to know, if you're stepping up for a promotion, understand your work-life balance. What's more valuable to you? Freedom to do what you want to do, or the money? Like, that's super important. You don't want to be making more money and be miserable, because then it's just all going to fall apart at some point eventually.
That's fair.
So, ching, work-life balance to that one as well. Have you done it before?
Maybe not.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, if you haven't done it, what are your thoughts?
If you haven't done it, I would say is, for that particular position, have you ever maybe backfilled? Are you familiar with it? Right? Have you ever worked with the person that is in that current role now? How long and another thing too is, like, how long has that role been there? Because, like, if it's something that's just like a brand new, it's only been here a year or two, and maybe it won't be here in another year or two. So you have to kind of like factor that in as well.
That is true. Yeah, sometimes these roles, they come up and they go away just as fast as they came up. So that's actually a really, really good point. Like, do I go for that promotion knowing that's a brand new role, and in a year from now, somebody might look at a spreadsheet and say, do we even need that anymore?
Is it redundant?
Yep, get that shit off the payroll.
But if you haven't done it before, it's, one of those things where I think you need to shadow the person or backfill for that person and find out if you actually even like that role.
Yeah. And you know what that kind of says too? Are you a self-starter, right? Because if, let's say, your manager's out sick, and then now that's the role that's open. When he was out sick, did you raise your hand and say, hey, I'll fill in, I'll do the schedule, whatever it is the responsibilities are, I'll do the spreadsheets, I'll do the weekly reports, whatever it is that the manager does of your team? Did you raise your hand and say, hey, I'll take a crack at that, right? That all goes back to our very first point. Self-starter, proactive. These are the things that will kind of tell you, are you ready for a promotion?
Yeah. Yeah, and even if your manager identified somebody to maybe backfill for them, maybe still try to help, right?
Sabotage them. I think you sabotage them. I think I think if you
just step on their feet.
that's it. Like I think you just
You're Allen Iverson and the Lou guy and for the Lakers.
I'm tearing.
You just stepping over him.
That's it. Yeah, I'm tearing you down every opportunity I get. I'm like, oh, they picked you.
Yeah.
Check this out, yo. You know Bob. Yo, when he was a manager, he was letting us come in 2 hours late every day. Yo, he didn't even give a
Yeah.
But I was saying, hey guys, nah, don't be the work. Don't be the work snitch. I'm just being facetious right now. I'm just humorous. But yeah, man, if you don't get picked for the backfill, I think I'm a politically correct answers. I'm going with what Hag said. Like, watch the guy who did get picked, shadow him, or even see what qualities that person kind of exudes that made the manager pick them. Unless the manager's, right? Like if there's some kind of relationship and they're having sex and he's like, you're going to be the person while I'm out and I'm going to hook you up. Well, then unless you're willing to take one for the team.
I ain't taking nothing for the team.
All right. Ching. I'll check that box too. All right. And then lastly, how long have you been with the company? Like, what's your tenure at the company, right? Because I think there's a little bit of etiquette, and I'm guilty of this. I've done this. I've done this. This is a bold one, right? Let's say you get with a company, you hire you, right? And you're in the organization, and then like 2 or 3 months in, you see they post some new roles, and you're like, oh, I want that job. Like that's really the job that I want to be doing.
Like, why'd you do that?
And you apply, they're gonna be like, dude,
yeah, you just got here.
You just got here. What are you doing? What the hell are you doing? But I also feel like fortune favors the bold. Right? Like you never closed mouths don't get fed. All the cliches, right?
Yeah.
Like the shit from Achilles, right? Like that's why nobody will ever know your name. Like you gotta shoot your shot.
I hear you. I hear you.
I mean, I think personally, it was wrong on my part to do that.
Yeah.
But it's like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
I hear you. But you also, maybe there was a promotion like in a few months from now, and they'd be like, oh, well, he's always looking for something anyway.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. So it's a double-edged sword. Because I've had it the other way too, right? I've had people come into my organization, and like a couple of months in, I realized like, hey, you know what? This person is, we're not getting the most out of that person in this role. Like we should really put this person in something else because they would really be a superstar in that role.
Right.
So I can see both sides of it, right? Like if you're in a company for a couple of months, probably don't apply for the VP or CEO or CFO position. Like let it breathe a little bit. But
I mean, if there's something that just sticks out and you're like, I would love to do that role. I went to school for this or like whatever the case may be. And there's like a legit justification behind it. It makes sense.
Shoot your shot.
You can shoot your shot, but also I would let the other people know that you're working with or your, manager, let them know, hey, I want to do this and have a good reason as to why. Not just go randomly apply for different roles because you see it. Listen, don't do that.
I've done that. I'm guilty as charged, guys. I have done that because again, I am a reckless savage sometimes, and I feel like sometimes you need a little bit of that energy to succeed, right? Like
you just created more work for me.
Listen, I've done it sometimes. I get it. I see both sides. Yeah. So. Look,
it's got to make sense.
I'll put myself out of that conversation. Agreed. It does have
it's got to make sense.
It does have to make sense. You have to, because then people will look at you a little crazy, like, yo, guy, you just got here. Like, what are you doing?
Like, do you want to be here? Should I start interviewing for your replacement?
Well,
I mean, that's how I start thinking.
Well, if you give me that other job, yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Start backfilling me because I'm going to that new job that I feel I will be much better suited to help your organization.
The job that you're not going to get because I'm going to talk to that person and tell them don't hire this guy.
You see the hate though? You see how
that's how it works. That's how it works.
That's how it really works. That's what we're pulling the curtain back and showing you. You see how the white man does us, Hispanic people out here, when we're just trying to climb our way out of a hole.
Come on, man. You're wild.
Nah. On that note, guys, I think we're gonna lock this pod down. We hope that we helped you guys out a little bit here. We appreciate you guys for tuning in, listening, liking, subscribing, clicking, commenting, hating us, bashing us, whatever you're doing out there. I think we're gonna start another channel that just rates your fits.
There we go.
I think it's like Hag Fits or something like that, or like whatever, because I'm a huge fan of Hag's Fits. I love the way Hag just comes and just throws color and all kind of shit all over the place. It's my favorite shit. When I hang out with Hag outside of the pod or outside of work, my favorite thing is like, which Hag is showing up? Is it skinny jean Hag?
Outside Hag?
Is it outside? Is the Venetian blind sunglass Hag?
Wait for summertime Hag.
Summertime Hag is different.
Got some good ones.
All right. So anyway, guys, thank you. Appreciate you. Hope we helped you guys. Again, who hired you? Catch y'all later.